one year Project AIM helped the art specialists specifically and simply worked with the art specialists to help us understand what arts integration was and how we could approach the other teachers, grade level teachers, and create a unit at every grade level with them. And that was a great exercise for us, an extremely useful exercise for us in understanding what kinds of projects we could do and on what levels we could integrate with the classroom teachers. And it was wonderful to be able to use the expertise that Columbia College and Project AIM had in something that we hadn't done on a formal basis before. So I thought that was a really a valuable year for us.
Professional development is key. The first time that I did this, I didn't know what an elegant fit was between two different areas, between visual art and say social studies. So the training and examples and brainstorming, getting feedback from coaches on what really is good integration as opposed to just tacking an arts project on top of, that may have similar, maybe superficially similar themes, but deeper down there's no real connection between the curricula. So I would say I found the coaching and talking to people that are experienced about it to be invaluable. So this has kind of taught me how to think more deeply about concepts within my curriculum and how that can all, just by myself in my own classroom, I can get a better hook and maybe teach something more substantial.
I would tell any other art specialist who's starting this out to go into the classrooms and observe, talk to the teachers, plan meetings, and ask them about their curriculum so that they can learn what they're learning in the classroom, and then that'll generate ideas of what you can do. You might have some ideas before you go in there, but once you talk to the teacher and maybe see a few classes, you'll get some see how to shape those, or maybe come up with a totally new lesson plan once you see what they're learning and how that might relate to the arts.
Just going into their classroom,
Right.
That's something we've learned totally. Like maybe we haven't planned with them yet, but even before we go into plan with the teachers, we find it advantageous to go into the classroom, see what they're doing that week before, and then it's better. We understand what's going on. It's really, I have to see it before I can talk about it. So for me, that's what's been helpful. It's just becoming a part of the culture of their learning in another classroom. That's important.
To be able to read a classroom, to go in and see the posters that are up, the displays that are up and to realize when to time my curricular delivery, where, this is what they're working on now, so I'm in a 7th grade classroom and 7th grade is working on energy. Well, I can immediately connect that, knowing that they have that working vocabulary now. And it's just a matter of timing. One of the things is sharing a curriculum map of the year so that we know when we can dovetail and when we can time things together. Sharing of meeting time, either meeting with me or having me join them at their meetings. And then what I found that's really valuable is having the classroom teacher see their students in action in one of the arts classes, to see them on stage in dance, or to see them doing their process drama connected to what they're doing in the curriculum.
Just gaining vocabulary words from the classroom teachers is really valuable, because then you can take it into the classroom and you can use it and they're going to know what you're talking about. And also in subsequent years you can use a term like ratio, for example. I know they're learning about that in 6th grade, and I can use that to talk about rhythms and how 2/8 notes to a 1/4 note is a 2-to-1 ratio, and they understand that from math class, and it's a very easy example of how music and math are connected.
We've also had whole staff professional development with Project AIM. And the exciting part about that is that all of the teachers they've begun to see themselves as artists and not just as teachers, but as teaching artists themselves. So when they understand what it means to explore a topic through the arts, then they understand what we're asking them to do with arts integration and with us coming into their classroom to do arts integration. So I've loved the culture of that. The professional development that we've done that's been whole school with Project AIM has been so wonderful for all of the teachers to experience that all at the same time and to create a culture and a climate where arts integration is important and, you know, one of the things that just comes naturally.
One of the things about the PDs within the building were that they were for us as adults, and that if we found the links to bring back to the classroom, that was an added bonus, but it was not the reason we were being given the PD, the professional development. The professional development was for us to grow in our capacity for thinking and our capacity for working together. I think it was just one more step in opening up the conversation.
I know the teachers so much better, and we work together, and I know their curriculum, they know a little bit of mine, and I know their teaching styles, I know some of their classroom management techniques.
There's an expectation that the unit that we do together is going to be exciting and something that they're looking forward to, something that their students are going to get a lot out of. It's no longer trying to convince them that this is something worthwhile, but, you know, getting right to work. What can we do that would be great this year? What can we do that would complement the curriculum in the fourth grade class?
We've begun to respect what the other is teaching and the goals that the other classes have. And I feel like they're starting to understand what we do in the arts as well and how it supports what they do upstairs. And we call it upstairs, what they do in the other classrooms. So I feel like that's an exciting part of it. And also teachers have been coming to us too, and asking us for help with things or finding ways. I've had a few teachers who've asked me, you know, well, what else can I put into this lesson? Or can you come in and do this with my kids? And I think that's exciting.
Well, I think kids having fun when I'm doing the integration stuff, and I can see that they're learning about math or social studies or science and playing music, and they can take some of the joy and the fun that they get out of playing music and see that they're learning, and they know they're learning about math or whatever subject, and that's the most fulfilling, is when you can really tell they're having fun. That's the part I enjoy the best.